Hello, hello, hello. Hey, loves. Welcome. I'm back. That's right. I'm back with another episode of Pretty with Purpose, Unleashing the Power in You podcast. And of course, it's me, your host, Shardell. I'm glad you here, and I would love to hear from the listener. So, if you have a question or a concern or a topic that you would like to see addressed here on Pretty with Purpose, feel free to reach out to me on social media or via email, which I will give at the end of the show. So stay tuned. So for today's topic, it is now what? What are you talking about? Now what? These last few episodes, we wasted no time with getting deep, right? And if you've been listening and you've been taking heed, or, what's been being said has been speaking to you, then it may have even sparked or provoke you want to change and start moving on what's being said to perfect yourself, to become a better version of you. So now that you're getting started, now what? My question to you is, how will you respond to what's being said? Will you play it off like it's nothing? Will you acknowledge that it's God confirming things He already been dealing with you with? Will you continue with your life as if God's not speaking to you? Will you continue to be busy and not slow down and come to understand why God is speaking to you? What will be your response to God? That's right, your response to God. It's bigger than, you hearing confirmation and you knowing you need to change. Understand this. God is speaking. And when God is speaking, it's because He wants something from us. And it's up to us to make a choice. A choice to obey or a choice to disobey. Our response will dictate whether we're obeying or whether we disobeying. And we could try to make excuses, but that's still disobedience. We could prolong it. That's still disobedience. We could start and not finish. That's still disobedience. If God is speaking, it's time to come closer to hear why He is speaking. He's speaking the things He are speaking because there's something He's trying to do. There's something He's trying to accomplish. And I tell you, some of the things He's trying to do and accomplish is pertaining to your purpose, your very existence, the reason why you even here. Another thing is God be trying to give us our heart's desires as well as answer our prayers. But what makes it difficult, or we don't get the results we hope for because we don't cooperate. When God starts instructing us, He starts speaking to us, that's also a form of God giving us direction and what way do we need to move. And it's in us taking that step of faith, knowing that we heard God. So as a result of me hearing, I'm going to exercise my faith and I'm going to move towards doing or completing the instruction that He's speaking or dealing with me concerning. So whether completing that instruction looking like quieting yourself down and making time to spend more time with God and come to understand what he's saying, that's a big part of it. That's what, responding in faith and being obedient look like. And it's in that, moving towards the direction that God is giving you, that more is unveiled. But a lot of times we want everything to be revealed up front before we make a decision whether or not, which way we're going to go. But that's not how it works. That's not how faith works. Faith is God speak, you take a step, more is revealed, you follow that, then more is revealed. It's a giving and it's a take. But why keep giving? Why would God keep giving when you ain't even doing right with what he's already given? You're not being obedient to what he's already given you. It's no difference than a parent when they dealing with a child. When you want your child, to clean their room. So you help them. You start by instructing them. You say, okay, first pick up the clothes. You're not going to it's not wise to keep giving them instruction after instruction when they haven't completed or they're not close to completing the first instructions. What happened is you wind up frustrating them because you're speaking too much. And it's like, I haven't even completed this, but yet more. It becomes overwhelming and it becomes too much. So God is a wise God, and he knows how to handle us. And he knows how to give us our heart desires and answer our prayers. And I tell you, when it comes to God answering our prayers, a lot of times it comes in a way we don't expect. It comes in a way that it don't come in a way we want. It comes in a way that's what's best for us. So we don't realize, in us not being obedient to the direction that God trying to lead us in, what happens is we forfeit or we hold up our prayers from being answered. So we got to allow God to be our God and lead us according to the path that he has for us. So if he's speaking, it's because it's necessary. If he's dealing with us about changing and working on ourselves, it's because it's necessary. It's necessary for purpose. It's necessary for our peace. It's necessary for our joy. It's necessary for us being fulfilled. A lot of us, we got secret cries where we feel unfulfilled. We feel lonely. We feel voids. We feel all these different things. We feel hurt. We feel beaten down. We feel rejected. We feel abandoned. We experiencing all these things. And we want help. But we don't realize one of the ways God helps us is by instructing us, is by directing us. So the now what? Now what? Will you receive your help? Will you receive the direction that God is trying to lead you in? Will you receive God? Or will you be like the children of Israel who kept wandering in the wilderness, kept going in circles, kept going in cycles, because they refused to follow God, refused to do things God's way. So the same stand true today. We have a choice to make. We could choose to keep living our life the way we've been living, not being happy, pretending, hurt, confused, and so on and so on. Or we could choose change. And how we choose change, we move in a direction that God is trying to lead us. He want to lead us in a way to peace, the way of joy, the way of fulfillment, the way of answered prayers, the way of heart desires, the way of wholeness. That's right. God desires for us to be whole. He don't want us broken and hurting. Although he not to us extract purpose out of that, but it's not his will that we remain in a place of broken. He wants us to be whole. Even as Jesus asked the question, he said, will thou be made whole? Wholeness is a decision. And you either choosing to be made whole or you choosing to remain broken. by the day-to-day decisions you making. You choosing. Because when help shows up and you choose not to take the help, then you choose to stay in broken. And see, one of the things I learned about God is you can't tell God how to help you. You can't tell him who to send, when to send it. Most times, God come at an inconvenient time. He don't come when it's convenient for us. He comes when he need to. That's why he's known as being an on-time God. So we have to make that choice. And the decisions we choose to make on a day-to-day basis, whether we choose to overwork ourselves, we choose to continue to distract ourselves, we keep making the decisions we've been making. The end result is going to be the same result, broken and still unsatisfied. Or we could try something different, and we could try doing it God's way. We could try God. And trying God means receiving his help. It means obeying him. It means following his instructions and his direction. But again, it's our choice. But just know, you're choosing it. We make our bed and we lie in it. We have to lie in it. So you got to ask yourself, do you want to continue to lie in that bed? Are you ready for a new bed? One that's with peace, joy, fulfillment, purpose, love, and everything you desire. That's your choice. And can't nobody make that choice for you. In fact, don't let nobody make that choice for you, because they're not going to have to live with the decision. You are. It's time to stop allowing people to make decisions for us. And it's time for us to be accountable for where we are right now and life. Our now what is because of what we have allowed thus far. So now what? Will you continue? Or will you take the opportunity of change that's currently being presented? Because the opportunity of change is presenting itself when God starts speaking. He's granting the opportunity to change. He's granting a way out. But we have to decide what we want. Because a lot of times we talk change and we say we want this and we want that. But then our choices doesn't match what we say we want. And that's one of the tips I want to leave with today is if we really want change and we really want to be better, then it's important that our words and our actions align. We can't get change walking in confusion, saying one thing but doing another. That's going to lead us to the way called cycles, generational curses. But it's time to break the curses by doing it different, by allowing our words and our actions to match. And even in the moments where you feel like it's too hard, it's too much, and you absolutely right, it's too hard, it's too much for you, but guess what? It's not too hard, nor is it too much for God. And God not looking to you to do this by yourself. He'll give you the strength. He'll give you the grace to change. I'm speaking by my own personal experience. Things I have cried out to God over the years, asking for change. The change didn't come just because I wanted it. The change was because I yielded to the help that God sent it. Was whether that help came in the form of me surrendering, me giving up my old ways, me making different decisions, me changing the way I think, me carving out the time that was needed so I could spend the necessary time with God, spend the necessary time with myself. Everybody change is going to come different because everybody change is tailored to who they are. So do not expect your process to look like somebody else. Do not compare your process to somebody else. We may have similar experience, similar journeys, but how we interpret, how we experience, how we feel, it could all be different because we're all at different places. And we have to respect and embrace the journey. And that's another tip. Embrace the journey. Don't rush it. As I said this, I believe in the first episode. Do not rush the journey. Do not rush to the finish line. When we try to rush, we miss what God is speaking. We miss the lesson He's trying to teach us. So embrace it. Just because you go through don't mean you can't go through with joy. And the last tip I want to leave is this. I kind of already hinted at it. And that's look for the lesson that God is trying to teach you. When we're going through things, there's something God is trying to teach us. I learned, God has taught me, look for the lesson. You want to know how to shorten? You look for the lesson. When you learn the lesson, then you turn the page. So look for what God is trying to teach you in that, in this, and what you're going through. So we're coming to a close. And as we close in, I want to leave you with this. Make a choice and stand by it. Stand by it. That's right. Make a choice and stand by your choice. Just remember, at the end of the day, it's your life. And you have to decide, how do you want to live that life? What do you want to do with it? What do you want to do with it? That's your God-given right. The freedom of will, the freedom of choices. Just make sure, whatever choice you make sure that it's a choice that you can live with. And not the choice that others expect you to make, or what others want for you. What do you want from you? And if you need help in discovering that, a great question with that to ask is, what do God want from you? If you want to consider anyone, consider God, and that will help lead you in the right decision. That will help lead you in the right decision. And last, whatever choice you make, be sure to stand by it. You can't see results if you don't be consistent with your choice. And that is all for today. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Pretty with Purpose, Unleashing the Power Within You. I'm your beautiful host, Shardell, and I hope you join me next Friday as well. And be sure to follow me on social media platforms. On Facebook and Instagram, you can find me. You can find me by looking up Pretty with Purpose by Shardell. And I'm on TikTok as PWP by Shardell. As well, you can email me support@PWPbyshardell.store. support at PWPbyshardell.store. Thank you, love, for joining me. Until next time, take care, my loves, and live on purpose.